Hey guys, Raivuns here. So today's controversy is basically about people on Twitter losing their shit about people finding buff anime girls attractive, instead of the buff characters the media tries to pass as women in the West. And it started with this tweet right here with over 1.2 thousand likes saying, "Annoying because I pointed out a common occurrence with how they depict women in modern media, because if you erase their eyelashes and piercings they literally look like dudes." And apparently those two women here are from the new Superman and Lois cartoon, where on the picture on the right it's a screenshot from the episode, and the pic on the left is edited and removed the eyelashes and piercings to point out how those women look like men. And honestly, before I read the tweet and only saw the pic, I actually at first thought those two were dudes. But the story continues, because then V replied to that in a tweet with over 6.6 thousand likes and said, "More and more people are starting to notice what I've been saying. Female characters in the West are not ugly, they are simply not meant to be female characters. They are created androgynous in order to normalize the Californian look, or the Innsmouth look, like H.P. Lovecraft accurately placed it. If you point it out, they will try to gatekeep by shaming you, saying you need to touch grass or you're obsessed with porn, etc. In other words, they will deflect from the fact that they support the erasing of femininity from Western art in order to push for gender abolition." And the comments are mostly in big agreement over that take. Considering all the men trying to get into women's sports, I can see why they would be trying to normalize this look. Funny how the Western aesthetic is actually totally misogynistic by wanting to erase all traces of femininity. I still contend there's no people more misogynistic than the LGBTQ movement. To be fair, they look like dudes with the piercings, so... Completely unironically, the one on the right wasn't supposed to be a male? Yeah, those last comments. They do look like men, even in the unedited pic, meaning the episode itself. In a quote tweet to the previous one, the Gen Realist wrote, "There are hundreds of examples of buff women done right in anime. You can still tell they are women." And shares those pictures that showcase a couple of muscular female characters from different anime. And while they are muscular, you can still clearly tell that they are women. None of them look male. Just 100% of attractive muscle mommy material. And while the tweets so far have been all in agreement mostly, this tweet here, that's sitting at over 7.2 thousand likes and with that got the most attention so far, sadly also got the attention of some other groups. Mainly aunties, anime haters, and for some reason gatekeepers of those ugly drawn women from Superman and Lois. Whoever summoned those guys, they all came together in the quote tweets. Sailor Jaden wrote, "We get it, you're a porn addict. Please shut the fuck up already, you disgusting sack of dog shit." Wow, someone's mad for some reason, writing all of that in caps lock. So wanting muscular female characters that don't look like men makes you a porn addict? What an interesting take. What's also interesting is the profile of that person. For some reason that doesn't surprise me. I expected something like this, but this topped even my expectations. But the assault continues with this tweet by Mr. Floyd. "If they aren't constantly showing their big half-naked tits and ass in the camera's face all the times, can you actually call them feminine? Anime has legit destroyed the internet's view of how a woman is supposed to look, Jesus Christ." I think Mr. Floyd never actually watched an anime if he thinks that anime is just big half-naked tits and ass on screen the entire time. And that's not even the point the original argument wanted to make, that you have to sexualize the characters more so people accept them as women. That wasn't even the problem. The person meant that just because you have muscular women, you don't have to rob her of her attractiveness and her female features. You should still be able to tell that that thing on screen is a woman, unlike what Superman and Lois tried to present us as a muscular woman. And it goes on with another tweet by Julie Sucks, and yes she does, another anime hater here, that says, "It's really impossible for you freaks to imagine female character designs that don't look like your pornified cartoons." Another person that knows nothing about what she talks about, and acts like she knows the entire medium of anime based off just a handful of screenshots that aren't even nearly in the range of being pornographic. But anyway, Iman wrote, "Buff women done right, and it is all just over-sexualized women. This is why I stopped watching anime." And we thank you for that. No anime fan is sad you're gone. And to finish this for now, we got one more insane tweet by Morgan Lee Blanc that reads, "Those characters were made for straight men with fetishes. Nothing wrong with that, but don't go calling it done right." You know, this tweet is ironic, as it's acting like only straight men with fetishes like those characters, when this couldn't be further from the truth. Not only do you don't have to be straight or have fetishes to be able to like objectively attractive characters, but also claiming that only men like this when there are lots of female fans out there. Not even to mention that a huge portion of manga writers and people working in the anime industry are women. That must be mind-blowing for that person. And I doubt that the person with that kind of profile expected that. Why do the profiles of those people always appear so identical? But this, ladies and gentlemen, is a prime example of something called an anime tourist. A person that maybe likes an aspect or two about anime, yet criticizes and tries to change everything else about it. You know, sometimes those tweets get a lot of support, yet then somehow end up in those very weird and hateful circles, and then you have people joining the discussion and throwing their 2 cents in there without even being anime fans in the first place. And then those people gatekeep those awful Western designs of female characters, where you can't even tell that it's a female character by only looking at its design, because they can't stand people being attracted to actually good looking characters. But you know, this is where I'm gonna end this episode for now. I think that was enough Twitter for a day. There's a certain limit of how much awful takes I can look at per day. So comment something interesting and do the like and subscribe thing. I'll see you next time. Take care.
じゃあ先輩ですね
Try to treat me like greater than toast me impossible. I cut a sucker in small chunks, make more rhymes than Michael Jordan makes slams.